Yo, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Raynell Jamal, and we are back for another episode of the series that I have called Kendrick versus Drake Retrospective Reaction. So for those who don't know what this series is about, is me giving you my retrospective reaction on the 1 year anniversary on the day that the songs came out during this battle. So we started with Like That. And the last episode we did was Euphoria. So if you want to watch the previous episodes, please click the links in the description because I will have them all there. We start from Like That. We went to 7 Minute Drill / The Apology. We touched on push-ups. We touched on tailor-made freestyle. Like I said, the last episode was Euphoria. And now we're about to talk about 616 in LA. Yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so I just want to state this before we get started here. Now, 616 in LA is probably the most cryptic song out of the battle that people have been trying to figure out. So, as I give you my retrospective reaction to this, I'm going to give you my interpretation of this song. Now, I know that there's so many different theories and interpretations of what people think he's saying in this song, but I'm going to give you mine. Give me yours in the comments and let's chop it up and discuss it. And like I said before, hey, look, music is subjective. So if you're going to be in the comments, let's just be respectful of one another because I'm trying to build a respectful community of hip hop lovers, music heads, hip hop heads. You know what I'm saying? If you're a wrestling fan, WWE fan, all of that. Let's talk about it. All right, so let's get into it. We left off with Euphoria dropping, right? Now, when Euphoria dropped, it took over. It took over hip hop. It took over music. It became real. Everybody was tripping off of the fact that Kendrick Lamar responded to Drake. He made the battle real, but not only that, it was in the way, in the manner of which he approached this and he addressed Drake. He really said out loud a lot of things that people been feeling about Drake. A lot of the barbershop discussions, a lot of the hip hop head discussions that been happening over the years during Drake's career and his rise to where he was at the top of the hip hop game. Drake wasn't always fully respected from hip hop, right? And Kendrick just brought that out to light. He just laid it out there like, look, dog, we don't like you. I don't like you, and we don't like you. We look at you like a goofy. And we've been looking at you like a goofy. And these are the reasons why. Now, what's up? My personal opinion, as Euphoria would drop, I thought lyrically that was the best song to come out of the whole entire battle. I felt like that was a rap masterclass that was rapping at a high level. Euphoria gave you everything that you would want out of a rap diss song. I felt like the rapping was at a high level, the wordplay, the metaphors, the similes, the entendres, the beat was good, the emotion was there. You felt everything what he was saying. He made it funny. He also made it serious at the same time. He presented different type of angles. So it's like he kind of like, and not only that, he let you know and he let Drake know lyrically where this is going to go. And if you listen to Euphoria, you will see that a lot of stuff that he was saying happened. So it was almost prophetic in a way. But like I said, after Euphoria dropped, a lot of people was just shocked that this was really going down. I was one of those people. I was like, dang, after all these years, it's happening. These dudes is here. We're really getting this battle. It's happening. I was hyped. All my homies in the group chat was super hyped. Everybody on every hip hop media, YouTube channel to radio station was talking about it. It has literally swept hip hop and the music industry at this point. I felt bad because of the artists that dropped stuff during this time fell victim to just how Kendrick came and just took all the attention. Euphoria was everywhere. It was on the TNT NBA coverage. It was on ESPN. It was everywhere. Kendrick gave us quotable, rememberable bars and lines out of that song. Like I said, he put things into the lexicon of hip hop colloquialisms. You know, he really just fed the culture with that one. In my personal opinion, I thought that Drake couldn't compete with that. I was like, I don't know how Drake is going to respond to this. I don't know if he could. I don't know if he could rap at the level that Kendrick was rapping at. I know the OVO fans felt otherwise, and I'm probably going to fly. The Owls are probably going to fly into the comments and, give their opinions and stuff. But that's how I felt. I felt that it wasn't anything Drake could have done to literally overcome that onslaught of lyricism that Kendrick threw his way. And it was also bait. I could tell listening to it that Kendrick was like, you respond to this, we really finna go. So let's get into 616 in LA. Now, I wake up the morning of May 3rd, which, as we should now know, is probably the greatest day and night in hip hop history. That's when most of the songs took place. I mean, we had 616 in LA drop, we had Family Matters drop, and we had Meet the Grams drop. Oh, Buried Alive Part 2 drop as well. So we gonna get into all of that. But I wake up May 3rd. Like I said, I'm an early riser. So I'm up, me and my wife are up, getting our day started. Pick up my phone and I click on Instagram and I saw this image. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, oh my God, he did it. He did the back-to-back. He back-to-back Drake. So I immediately put it in the group chats and my phone has exploded. I was like, Kendrick just responded again. She was like, you're lying. And she was like, don't listen to it yet. Let me finish making my tea. Oh, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. So me and my wife are literally sitting in front of the TV and we hear this. Already, I'm like, what is that noise? I don't know what that is. My wife is like, what is that? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah. It's survival. I think somebody lying. Smell somebody lying. I don't see no fire.
Look, Kendrick over a soul sample, I'm always gonna be here for. I love samples of soul music, soul beats. So Kendrick rapping over this, I was already like, oh, okay, that's an Al Green. That joint is crazy. As this time went on, the meaning and the double entendres from Euphoria cover alone was already crazy. And then you get the 616 in LA, and there's multiple meanings at this point of what 616 in LA can mean. Tupac's birthday, or I think it's Tupac's birthday or the day that he died. It was just a lot. So you do your own research with that, because we'll be here all day going over the theories and the double entendres. But Drake actually dropped a quadruple entendre, and he delivered on that yet again. Also, too, to make quick note of it, but this is kind of response to Taylor Made Freestyle, because the person that co-produced this record is also Taylor Swift's producer, which is crazy. This song also has a sample from Al Green, which Drake's uncle played on, as I think he played the bass or something on this song. So Drake is now being rebutted on every aspect of Push-Ups and Taylor Made. What we're getting into now is my personal opinion of how I interpret this. Is Euphoria was Kendrick responding to Drake with straight bars, right? Now 616 in LA was the beginning of the psychological warfare that Kendrick was rolling out towards Drake at this point.
Off-white Sunseeker had the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler, spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, that's your hub in Ibiza.
Let's take it back, because that was crazy. But I'm going to tell you how I kind of interpret these bars.
Somebody lying. I don't see no fire. Off-white Sunseeker had the marina. Fuck a phantom, I like to buy yachts when I get the fever. Wine cooler spill on my white t-shirt, the sightseer. Trifecta, money, morals, and culture. That's my leisure, my visa. Passport tatted, I show hub in Ibiza. Luke Callie's dwellings in Brooklyn just to book me some pizza. Who can reach us? Only God can teleport this type of...
All right, so the way I interpret that first stanza right there was off-white Sunseeker at the marina. I think what he was doing, this is my personal opinion in my interpretation. He was basically showing you the difference of lifestyle between Drake and his. So the off-white Sunseeker at the, off-white Sunseeker at the marina was basically talking about like, Drake is into the flashiness lifestyle. Then you see where he talks about money, morals, and culture. That's his leisure. So it's basically like that first stanza is split. The first part of it is him talking about what Drake is into, and then the second part is about what Kendrick is into. So that's why he says like he go to Ibiza, go to Brooklyn for pizza, and in Ibiza, only God could give you this type of freedom. This is him saying like, I feel free living a simple, quiet life, spending time with my family, making my money, I don't have to be outside in the public and live this rapper lifestyle, this famous rapper lifestyle. So he's basically saying, this is the difference between me and you.
Freedom, God, my confession is yours. But who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunity when living with loss. I discover myself would not fall short.
All right, so what he's doing now here, he's beginning to pray. He's starting to pray to God, and he's saying that, who am I if I don't go to war? There's opportunities and loss. So it's basically saying like, God, kind of like forgive me for where I'm about to go with it. He's beginning to become at peace with the fact that he could take this battle somewhere that can not only ruin his career, but he could lose it all. But he's saying is, I'm willing to get the lessons out of the L if it comes to that. But Lord, forgive me for what I'm about to do, because who am I if I don't go to war? Who am I as a man if I don't go handle this?
Raise my hands to a falling sky. I fantasize me jumping planets, immortalized. I correspond. 3 angels watching me all the time. Put my children to sleep with a prayer, then close my eyes. Definition of peace. Tell me who goes.
Woo! I'm not gonna lie to you. He's spazzing on this. This is spazzing. Like now he's spazzing on this, but lyrically he is really going there. So he's basically, it's like he's praying and he's meditating, preparing himself to go to war. That's what he's basically doing. He's basically broke it down like, look, this is how you live your life. This is how I live my life. Lord, I'm gonna have to go ahead and handle this. Forgive me for what I'm about to do, and I'm already at peace if it comes to me losing it all, but I'm about to put it all on the line. So now it was like he's going into a meditation and basically becoming at peace with it. Hey, I'm about to talk to my family, my friends about this. I'm good. I know I got God watching me. The angels is watching me. I'm going to be covered going into this war.
Stop me, I come from love, Estelle, cover my heart, then open me up. Remember when, picked up a pen, lyrics that I can trust. Timid soul, staring in the mirror, asking where I was from often. I know this type of power is gon' cost, but I live in circadian rhythms of a shooting star. The mannerisms of Raphael, I can heal and give you art, but the industry's cooked as I pick the carcass apart.
Now, like I said, man, like, yo, bars is going crazy. The lyricism on this is going crazy. So like I said, this is like a prayer. He's becoming at peace with it. He's saying like, yo, he's going to rap. See, like he's basically saying like he mentioned his grandmother. His grandmother name was Estelle. So basically saying like, yo, my grandmother is going to watch over me. I'm covered. I have peace in making this decision to go forward in this battle. I'm going to approach it as if I've always had, which is writing from a place of being grounded, writing from a place of love, and doing what I got to do. There's going to be some bloodshed, but this bloodshed doesn't have to be if this dude chooses to stay respectful. But if you don't be respectful, I'm cool. If you want to take it there, I'm going to take it there. I already know that could cost me. Are you aware that this could cost you? Because we about to risk it all. So, yeah, Kendrick is definitely letting you know his mindset. in the next phase of this battle.
Yeah, somebody's lying. I can see the vibes on act. Even he looking compromised. Let's peel the layers back. Ain't no brownie points will be in your chest. Harassing ant. Fucking with good people make good people go to bed.
All right, so now what we getting into is him giving the warning. I'm taking this verse as like the final warning before the bloodshed. It's letting him know, look, dog, academics is compromised. We can see it. We already know that he gonna push this Drake OVO propaganda, so we don't even take him serious. So anything that he's saying and trying to act like he's the mouthpiece of the culture, and he could speak on behalf of information that he's telling y'all that he's getting from people that's associated with me, is false. So that dude's compromised. We don't take him serious. I don't like the way you moving, because now when we already made some rules of engagement, you taking things to another level by trolling my loved ones. Now you putting my manager on your stories saying like they don't have anything to drop. You doxing my manager, and he's talking about like you messing around with good people. So now he's trying to let him know you're now treading in some troubled waters, and you might want to fall back and think this through, because if you go where I think you're gonna go, it's about to be a problem.
Overseas about cash, dog, that's not even the leak. Find the Jews like cash, dog. I just need you to think. Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever, let's see, have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?
So he's sitting here letting him know, like I said, he's telling him, like, he refers to, I need you to find the jewels like Cash Doll. I need you to think. That's kind of referring to an interview that Cash Doll had DJ Vlad, and she was telling the story about how she got robbed for some jewelry. There's a piece of that clip where she says, I need you to think. You know, so he's basically just using that as a way to say, did you ever think that somebody from OVO was working for me? He's basically letting him know, I know where you're about to go. I'm already aware what you're about to do. And if you do what I'm being told you're about to do, I'm telling you now, I'm going to take it to a place that I'm already willing to lose it all about. I'm at peace with it. I prayed about it. I talked to my family, my friends, my business colleagues. I done put my kids to sleep and let them know, hey, daddy finna go to war. I might not come back. So if you do that, I hope you're ready to take it where I'm about to take it.
Bully, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person. Everyone inside your team is whispering that you deserve it. Can't Tootsie slide up out of this one, is just gonna resurface. Every dog gotta have his day. Now live in your purpose.
You can't Tootsie slide your way up out of this one. Every dog have his day, so live in your purpose. Bruh, when I tell you that's a bar, that is a bar for you. Like, he's letting him know. Again, he's dropping the hints. Yo, I hate bullies. You must be a terrible person, because there's people around you that is willingly giving me information and they just don't like you. Something is up with you. You need to think this through, bro. This isn't going to go the way you think it's going to go. And even people around you don't like you, and they're willingly giving me information. And I'm telling you now, if you do what your peoples is telling me that you're about to do, it's going to get bad for you. It's going to get real bad for you.
It was fun until you start to put money in the streets, then lost money because they came back with no receipts. I'm sorry that I live a boring life. I love peace, but war ready if the world is ready to see you bleed.
You see what he said right there? I'm war ready if the world's ready to see you bleed. He's basically letting him know, look, we about to take it there. We gonna take it there. It's supposed to be a friendly fade, but now I'm hearing that you put the money in the streets about me. Now you trying to buy information on me. So now that you're going there, I'm pretty much know what you're about to do, because you're trying to get information on me, but the people that you're trying to get information on me from is letting me know, hey, this is what this dude is trying to do. So I'm letting you know right now, bro, like, this was all cool and supposed to be fun, but now you're taking it to a different place. So now you're trying to make it personal. You already mentioned my lady, and I let that slide. Now you're about to try to get more, you're seeking out more information to try to damage me. And since you taking it there, then I'm ready to go there, and we could really see what you about.
W. No, you can't sleep, these images trouble you. Know the wires in your circle should puzzle you. If you were street smart, then you would have caught that your entourage is only to hustle you. 100 niggas that you got on salary, and 20 of them want you as a casualty. And one of them is actually next to you, and 2 of them is practically tired of your lifestyle. Just don't got the audacity to tell you, but let me.
Woo! So he basically laid it out right there, right? Hey, this is how your crew is feeling. These are people around you. Now, do we know if there's actually a mole or a spy that was from OVO feeding information to PgLang and the Kendrick camp, the TDE camp? We'll never know unless somebody, as far as like Drake, or we get a documentary or somebody from like Kendrick's side of things, will actually know how deep that whole situation was. But Kendrick is basically putting it out there that he knows some things in your plan, in your strategy. And he's basically telling him, like, though, I'm telling you, once you push that imaginary rare button that we all know about, that you've been gearing up for, that you've been gearing up for, I'm telling you, we about to go there.
Tell you some game, cause I can see you, my little homie. You playing dirty with propaganda, hit blow up on you. You're playing nerdy with Zach Bia and Twitter bots, but your reality can't hide behind Wi-Fi. Your little means is losing steam, they figured you out. The first opinions is not convincing, y'all need a new route. It's time that you look around on who's around you. Before you figure that you're not alone, ask what Mike would do.
How menacing is that? Imagine somebody telling you that, like, dog, you trying to play these internet games, you trying to use propaganda, you're paying all of these blogs to start throwing out these fabricated stories about domestic violence, like, because around this time, that's when we start hearing a bunch of stuff coming from like academics and Maul and a lot of different things about how like Drake basically had some type of info on Kendrick. You know, you already start feeding your internet circle things, right? And then you trying to use your connection with bots, because for those who don't know, I think even when it came to the Meg Thee Stallion, Tory Lanez case or something with Meg Thee Stallion, she kind of referred to how Drake was using bots to taunt her. Drake was using bots with Pusha T, and he was using bots in this situation. So basically, Kendrick is letting them know, like, dog, we already know what you're trying to do. You're finna start spreading some lies. You're using all of your channels, your back channels with academics, Maul, and all the people that is on your side to try to frame a story about who I am, and it's all based on lies, because you try to get information in the streets on me, but nobody came back with anything. So now you don't have anything but lies. And now I'm letting you know, now I know about that. You know what I mean? So you might want to take some time to ask yourself, are you really alone? Are you really do you really think that you out here making all of these decisions and nobody can know exactly what your next move is? Like, it's somebody close to you that's feeding me your intel. Yeah. The stuff you're not even telling your minions in your inner circle. There's somebody in there who's getting information back to my peoples, and we knowing what you're about to do. So just ask yourself, you know, are you really alone in this? Are you really? So there you have it, 616 in LA. And my initial thoughts after this was like, Drake might want to reconsider his next step. It's clear that Kendrick knows what he's about to do. He's prepared for what Drake is about to do, and he's already willing to take it further than what Drake is about to take it. And not only that, he's been sending out this message since Euphoria. So clearly, Kendrick knew. Now, I want to talk about something really quick. I know there's this narrative around here of people trying to say, like, oh, Kendrick had these pre-recorded disses and he took time to make songs, and it's like you're trying to use that in a way to slight Kendrick's strategy as if it was weak. He didn't have to write on the spot. That's neither here or there, because we're not judging a rap battle based on how quick it is for somebody to respond. That was mixtape era days. Those kind of stuff never really mattered. Nobody questioned how long it took Nas to respond to Jay-Z. Nobody questioned about how Jay-Z teased Takeover at Summer Jam, and then he dropped the whole album in September. And then, you know, Nas did like a little freestyle, the H to the Izzo freestyle type of situation. call him the rapping version of Cisco in this freestyle he did. And then he dropped Ether. Like, so nobody even considered times. Oh, you got this many days, or you got 24 hours to respond, or you can't be cooking up songs. Bro, if that's the case, by that logic, do you apply that to Drake? Because he teased Family Matters at the end of Push Ups. Do you apply that to Ice Cube, No Vaseline? Of course, that was a pre-recorded diss track before he put it on his album. Nobody knew that he was going to go there. Do you feel that way about Eazy-E and Dr. Dre when they was going at it? Do you feel that way about Jay-Z and Nas was going at it? Obviously, Jay-Z was working on Takeover before he dropped it. Like, I just think that the way people try to make excuses on behalf of Drake begins to show me how much confidence you didn't have in Drake, because you begin to see that Kendrick was rapping on a different type of level. So now you're trying to add qualifiers to this equation that really don't even matter. We were talking about the music. Y'all put Kendrick on the clock. He delivered in 17 days when it took Drake more than 20 days to respond to Like That. He had enough time. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt it was kind of weird, these narratives that were being created just to add a layer of excuse to what could possibly happen with Drake. This is what this song is about. He's prepared himself for war, and he was willing to take it wherever Drake was willing to take it. And further, there was a conversation that was had before this battle took off between both camps, whether it was Kendrick that reached out to Drake or Drake that reached out to Kendrick. And basically, it was made clear, at least from Kendrick's side of things, that let's keep it respectful and let's keep family and loved ones out of it. And that has been basically confirmed by multiple parties, from Rob Markman to DJ Head, to Glasses Malone, that there was some form of communication and an understanding was had that if you cross the family line, it was going to get spooky for you. Even Drake referred to that in Family Matters. And that's where we leave off at. So look, man, I just want to thank y'all so much for tuning into this episode of this series. Let me know, what was your thoughts and your interpretations of 616 in LA in the comments. Did you think that Kendrick is up at this point? Did you expect Drake to respond? And what did you think the outcome was going to be from this point? With that being said, I'm going to leave you all with y'all to ponder on that. Please comment, let me know your thoughts. I want to thank y'all so much for showing me love on the previous videos. Those are still getting views to this day. Y'all liking, subscribing, and commenting. And I love engaging with y'all in the comments. So I'm going to see y'all on the next one. Peace.